It is April 11th, 2025, and we're talking to Signal Valley. You want to go around and introduce yourselves, you and everybody in the band?
So I'm Dan. Signal Valley basically me, but I figured, having a band is fun. We try to do that, get something somewhat stable, have some fun.
Yeah.
That's what we got. Y'all want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. I am Jake, and I play the guitar.
Along with my buddy Jake, I'm I do drums and percussion for Signal Valley.
Cool.
I too play guitar. Sometimes I play the fool.
Fortunately, we don't have a bass player at the moment.
No, we don't have a bassist right now.
Cool. So I guess what type of music would you say Signal Valley is?
I don't like answering this question, so I just go with art rock and call it a day.
Cool.
It's a fair assessment. What are your guys' musical influences for everybody in the band, actually?
You two want to lead?
I really love the Beatles. I love Ween and Daryl Johns.
Nice.
And
You're a big 60s.
anything.
You're a big from it.
Yeah, 60s.
Yeah, 60s rock. 60s rock and roll.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, my taste is a little bit different than our sound, but I do have my appreciation for like 60s rock and like 60s and 70s prog. My influences, they come from a lot of different places. A lot of extreme metal, a lot of jazz fusion, funk, all sorts of genres. But if I had to narrow it down to like a couple like main people that I like at the moment and just like influences, it's got to be Mahavishnu New Orchestra with their drummer Billy Cobham and guitarist John McLaughlin. Those two are just like so inspiring to me and how like they write their parts. The Dillinger Escape Plan with Ben Wyman and Chris Penny, like early Dillinger Escape Plan, just because of their mathematical chaos, but they do it so well. And that inspired me a lot, like coming up as a drummer. And of course, I gotta go with. I mean, people will say it's overrated, but Rush will always be my top 10 with Neil Peart. He's the man.
I feel like Rush are like a good band to get into when you're getting into like playing music. Like I don't really listen to Rush anymore. I'll listen to a couple songs occasionally, but like Rush used to be my shit. Maybe not these days, but it makes sense. It makes sense that Rush are a band as big as they are.
Yeah, they had periods, but just for like I guess for this band, they're definitely the biggest influence on me, in terms of writing parts, along with the Beatles and Beach Boys and all those.
I've been on a Steely Dan kick.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah. Asia is great.
Who have I been listening to lately? I've been listening to Steely Dan. Whenever I read a book about like a musician, I end up wanting to just listen to a lot of music by that musician. So like, I just finished reading a book on David Bowie, like a collection of his interviews. I've got books on Steely Dan. They all make me want to listen to Steely Dan. I listened to the new Japanese Breakfast album. That was pretty good. I don't think it was as good as Jubilee, but it's still a very good album. Still very good. I'm pleased with it. Not that my opinion matters, but
Yeah,
I was happy with it.
cool. So then I guess, how long have each of you been playing your instruments and how did you learn?
That's a really good question. I don't know. Got a keyboard, that exact keyboard in the back of the family. That was something we got. When I say it was 2006, I was 7. That Christmas 2007, I got a drum set. So it was those two mainly for a while. I couldn't tell you an exact timeline of this, to be honest. Yeah, I don't really have a timeline for when I started playing like the instruments I'm less good at. we'll say I started. Let's say 2007. Let's say I was 8, and we'll call it a day.
Yeah.
What about you, Tim?
I'd say it's about 10 years for me playing guitar. About probably, maybe a little bit less than that, but I would say like coming up on like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Actually got my first drum set. Actually, no. Well, I started with violin back in like third grade. Then I was like, all right, the strings are not cutting it for me, so I'm just gonna switch to percussion, like pad work. So I did a bunch of like drum pad and like some mallets here and there all through like middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had a friend in my band class. There was like a drum set room in the back of the room. I saw him playing in there, and I was like, all right, let me check him out. At the time, I thought he was really good, and he like told me he played with like his gospel choir and some stuff for church. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But just from seeing him, I was like, for context, I had a drum set at home for like a year that I got for Christmas, but I never really did much with it at the time. I didn't have interest yet.
Mm-hmm.
But my friend Jose play, it was like an eye opener for me. I was like, all right, I got to start learning how to do this because I want to get good at this.
Mm-hmm.
I did self-taught for like, I self-teach myself for about like 6 months to like 6 to 8 months. Then I goes for like a lesson. That didn't really go too well because the guy was a little bit older. He was kind of being mean on the first lesson.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
You gotta want your students to like want to play and get good at the instrument they're learning.
He wasn't really good with explaining things, and he kind of made it tough for me. But hopefully he's doing well wherever he's at. So I kind of stopped doing lessons at Russo's. That was like back in the summer of like when I was in like 8th grade probably. And then once high school came around, I signed up at School Rock, and then that's when I got formal drum lessons, along with marching band for school, concert band, anything I could to play drums and get better at my craft.
Mm-hmm.
And so continued up until like college, where I'm at right now. I'm in a community college, and I'm studying jazz, classical music, and still learning from a formal drum teacher named Joe Falsey. Shout out to him. He's a great drummer. Studied with a bunch of people, including Joe Morello from Dave Brubeck Quartet.
Oh, very cool.
I don't know if you guys know them. It's okay if not, but
I know Dave Brubeck.
Yeah.
So my drum teacher studied with the drummer Dave Brubeck for a time. So
that's actually really sick.
Yeah,
So
that's very cool.
high class instruction at the moment, but drums I've been doing for like 6+ years now. I'm hopefully to making it as like a career, performing, maybe doing like engineering side hustle.
Just
You could get so much money out of that career and just like the opportunities.
yeah. So I just enjoy mixing. That's my bias. I mixed an EP for my brother's friends. I don't remember where they live, but I listened to. I'm not sure. I listened to their last release. I thought, they'll run, but I think the mixing could be better. I'm going to go ask if I can mix their next thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, yeah. And then I spent... I have to double check something in a mix somewhere. So I mixed and mastered this last thing, but it was very quick for me because the sound is... I'm going to say... I don't know if scrappy is the right word. I'm going to run with scrappy. Like, they were asking for, like, oh, we want it to sound, like the pros. We want it to sound just like the pros. I'm like, I can't do that. Which is good. That's not what they wanted. Nor would it have been what I wanted to do. I'm like, I just want to make it sound good. I want everything to stick out. I want everything that's meant to be in the background to be in the background. Everything in front to be in front. Everything to, sit nice with each other. That's my philosophy. and mix it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask me my philosophy on anything else.
Well, I know Signal Valley has been for long stretches basically just a solo project. So how did this iteration of the band come together?
Well, I mean, I've been out of college for some time now. I was kind of thinking, I really should have started a band in college. I guess I think I just let my ego kind of get the best of me around that time. I put one together, but now I was thinking, if I don't put one together now, I might never have one. Let me do that now, so that at least I can say I've done it. At least I have done that thing. I've experienced working with other musicians at the same time, working on stuff together, learning stuff together. And I wanted to do that. I kind of stumbled upon the right people. Finding people for a band is like the worst thing in the world, because there aren't a lot of available drummers and bassists generally.
Yeah.
And the ones that are, they'll say, "Yeah, I'll do it," but they're also in like 9 other bands.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're always there. It's not hard to find guitarists, because there are a lot of guitarists. It's not hard to find singers. I'm doing the singing, so that wasn't too hard. I figured out how to handle keyboards, but it's in a live sense, it's venue dependent. Like, I was like, I'm not going to bring my whole keyboard on the bus to Philly. So we'll make this a guitar set. You can feel a little fast and loose. And then maybe next month we plan to record some stuff together.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool. I know we did ask this a long time ago, but it's
our very first interview.
Yeah, our first official interview was Signal
I think we've
Valley.
done like over 100 now.
Yeah, we done some large number now. So tell us again.
Yeah, the first Silver Age entertainment.
Yeah. So now back to the beginning. Tell us again. How did you come up with the name Signal Valley?
I had an older name for the project that I was using. It was Syntax Valley. That I was using that for a while. And then you can print this, some dick nugget in like California somewhere. It was like, well, actually, I have the trademark for the name Syntax, and only I can release music with a name having syntax, which is bullshit.
That's ridiculous.
I don't find out what his lawyers were like. And let me tell you, this dude was like nothing. Like, he's got his website, and like this is a band that he had in like the 80s, and they had like 3 songs. I don't know what this guy's deal is, but whatever the case, I'm like, all right, I need a different word now. I don't want to change the name too much. I was like, Syntax. What else kind of has that flow? I ended up with Signal. I was leaning on Silver, but all the V's and L's together in one place didn't roll.
I hate the name Silver.
Yeah, Silver Valley is a little clunky. I'm like, Signal Valley. Yep.
Yeah. Cool. So then I guess outside of music, what do you guys do, kind of either like work or school or hobbies, interests?
I've been reading a lot lately, which is good.
That is good.
I think middle school kind of... I don't know if this is a universal sensation in the United States, but something I've noticed, I feel like around middle school is when you lose your interest in reading. Yeah. It's like definitely like how like it's taught. It's like, well, you got to read this passage. You have to look for these specific things, and you have to interpret these things this way. It's like, can I just read the fucking book?
Yeah.
So I've been reading again.
That's good. What are you teaching in the middle schools?
What are they teaching in middle schools? I don't know. I haven't been in middle school in a very long time.
Fair.
Well, at least when I was there, I felt like it was also like a part of like, reading kind of stopped being fun, and also like, ooh, I got my first iPhone, I got my first smartphone in middle school, so it's like, ooh, fancy shiny thing.
Yeah. Those books didn't stand a chance.
No, they did not. Sherry books. You're not well.
How about the rest of you guys? What do you guys do other than music?
I was a teacher's aide actually in elementary school as well, which was quite an experience. And then now I would say, well, a hobby. I'm trying to get on some crazy bike rides right now. I'm trying to go the distance.
Wow, impressive.
I'm trying to get into bike riding, but that's about it for me.
Cool.
I want to try fishing again.
My one buddy does a lot of that. They were catching a lot of catfish.
Oh yeah,
Like they were trying to. There's this one that was like 50, 60 feet. Like,
Wait, 50, 60 inches or feet? Do catfishes get that big?
I have no idea.
there's like 12-foot cats.
That's what my friend told me about. I'm like, okay.
That feels
one
too
of
big.
those
I
really-
think that's a Pokemon. Your friend caught a Pokemon. One of the new Pokemon. It's like a 40-foot long cat. It's actually one of my favorites of the new ones. I think it's really well designed.
Yeah, but
Everyone likes bulky water types.
pretty much.
We're trying to catch 60
No, hobbies.
We're working our way up to the Loch Ness Monster. That's going to be how
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the next one. Hobbies. That's a good question. I've had many have come and gone, but because I used to be into like Pokemon and like Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh, like all those shirty card games as like a
I
kid.
never had the cards. It's always the games for me.
Yes.
I have some weird OG cards I think I need to probably look at.
The Digimon cards.
No, actually, maybe, yeah.
Digimon never made sense to me. I was like, what the fuck is it?
Yeah, those cards.
I think I still have my old cards too.
Yeah,
That's up in 3 Gen 4, I think.
yeah. But those cards, those were my shot for a long time. Then those kind of went away. Same with Beyblade. That was like another interest back then. Yeah, but I guess like right now, I like to bike here and there when I can. Definitely walking, running, moving is something. Yeah, because I used to. Yeah, I used to do track back in high school, like cross country and long distance type stuff. And I was pretty good in that. A couple of my friends were doing it too. We were all having a good old time. But mainly just walking. Like to watch like anime, all sorts of types of shows. Like right now I just finished up Jujutsu Kaisen, and I'm trying to start up on. I gotta start off on JoJo's.
JoJo's is the only anime I know. So
Yeah, I don't know.
that's the only one I can recommend.
No, that's not. Yeah, I gotta that one. But Goodfellas is a movie that I've been watching recently.
Nice.
Like, literally, I turn on my PS4 and I'm scrolling at Netflix. I'm just going, all right, maybe I'll watch Young Sheldon. We'll see. And then I just see Goodfellas. I'm like, oh shit, let's go. I've heard so much about this. I have not watched it. So
I mean, how different could it be from Young?
I mean, it's no Young Sheldon, but
what?
I said Goodfellas is no Young Sheldon, but it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching Bang Theory at all, but Young Sheldon I've been watching. So yeah, probably one that I used to was like drawing. I used to do a lot of like freeform art and like abstract, like modernist type stuff.
Cool.
Just for a little bit during COVID, it was a way to pass the time and it helped me out mentally per se. And also,
I've been rewatching Twin Peaks again, but since I forgot a lot of it, it still feels like new.
Yeah. It's complicated enough. It's hard to remember if you haven't watched it in a couple of years.
Yeah. Like some things I remember pretty well, but Twin Peaks is such a. I'm gonna use my fancy music reviewer word. It's a kind of impenetrable show.
Mm-hmm.
I bet myself. Like you can only understand it so much.
There's some one-off moments in that.
I think so. I like some, like especially in season 2. I'm finding some of just the really out there stuff to be kind of oddly charming, even during the weaker parts of the show.
Mm-hmm.
If the person reading this has seen Twin Peaks and I'm referring to that part of season 2, they know what I'm talking about. Your head's inside out, Jake.
Remember, Jake.
Well, yeah, I guess.
I like the part with the Merle.
That's what we are watching with the family. I know he's a divisive. I know he's a divisive character, but I'm very pro Wyndham Earl. As far as being in the show, not as in pro. I think what he's doing is good because he's not. But he's just so. I don't know. He's fun. He's fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Very funny to watch.
Yeah. Cool. So I guess.
Yeah. So, moving back towards music, what's your writing process like, and how has it changed since having a band?
Well, recently what I did was I was finishing up some stuff. I'm like, you know what? I'm always writing with an album in mind. Always with something in mind. Then I'll put that together. I'm like, what if I just write stuff? Like, normal people do. Well, normal musicians do. I'm like, let me just write. And then I wrote a lot of songs. And then I sorted them kind of, what songs do I want to bring to the band? What songs do I want to keep for myself? And then over time, some kind of stuff that moved around, and I'm writing new songs, other stuff like in addition to this album that we're going to record together, I've recorded another album that is surprisingly, like instrumentally speaking, nearly finished. Lyrically speaking, not so.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still looking for work, so I need something to do.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I do.
Yeah. And then I guess I know you released Corpses of Castles since we last spoke. You want to tell us about that album? I think during the first interview you were like, oh yeah, I'm like working on this new album coming out. Like, here's what it's going to be called. But now that it's out, like, how did the process go? I guess fill in the gaps.
Mm-hmm.
This album took me a year to make, which is unusual for me. I know for a lot of people that's the usual. I want to tell everyone, you're allowed to take your time. Work at whatever. How about this? Work at whatever speed you're comfortable with. If you're like me or Hello World and you're fine just like churning at this nonstop, do that. If you can't work that fast, don't work that fast. Work at a speed that is comfortable to you. But I wanted to do Corpse of the Castles with a band, but I had a very hard time I'm not nailing people down, I think is the wrong way to put it, but like just finding the right people to do it. Over time, I just found myself very kind of frustrated with it, like writing, like especially with lyrics. I find lyrics to be pretty tough. So like all in with the music, like, yeah, this is a really cool instrumental. Shit, now I have to put words on this. That stuff. So the album it went through a lot of states. Like at one point, there were some other songs on it that I then released on Value and Meaning. So I made that album basically. I was like, I need to take a break from this. Let me get all of this stupid shit out of my head and somewhere, and that's what Value and Meaning is. They're not songs that are really thought of that deeply. So naturally, my brother thinks it's my best album. Because his reasoning is, because, those other albums are Signal Valley, but Value and Meaning feels like, damn. And, he's my brother. You two know him. He's known me my whole life because we're twins.
Yep.
But he's like, that's the album that feels most like you. I'm like, well, glad you think that, but no.
Yeah.
But I did that. I'm like, all right. I've gotten stuff out of my system. Now I can focus on Corpses. Then it went by a bit smoother. And getting a bunch of my friends on the album as well. I'm like, I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
Even if I don't have a stable band together, it's like I feel like I've kind of gone too long without just asking other people, hey, you want to play this on this song? And it led to nice stuff. I feel like getting unfocused in the wrong way.
Yeah.
A little too throwing shit at the wall. I'm starting to forget what the wallpaper looked like. Because it's covered in shit. But yeah, Corpse had helped me kind of refocus, and now I've got all this other stuff. Actually, we're going to be playing a lot of new stuff at the show.
Awesome.
I've demoed stuff, but nothing that's been recorded yet.
Very
Nice.
cool.
That's a big deal for me. I don't normally get to do that.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, so I think we're sort of getting to the end of the questions here, and as you may remember, the last question we always ask is, why are you a musician? This goes to everybody in the band.
What's the question?
Why are you a musician?
The Beatles. I'm going to be blunt. When I was a little kid, I was like a toddler. My parents were like, all right, we don't want to listen to nursery rhymes anymore. What actual music can we show them? They picked they were like, I'll try the Beatles. And that was all I listened to for like 4 years. I'm dead serious. That and like Gorillaz. I didn't develop like a realized music taste or so until middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure like a lot of people are like, but like I wasn't like, oh, here's a song by this artist, here's a song by this artist. Like, no, here's this artist's discography. Here's this artist's discography. In that case, probably the Beatles and Gorillaz.
Yep.
I guess I didn't know you could listen to like more than 5 artists until middle school. But yeah, it's just I heard the thing and I was like, I want to do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How about the rest of you guys?
I have to definitely give a shout out to the Beatles too. My parents played that a lot when I was a little kid, and it definitely I rediscovered it as a teenager, and I was trying to kind of like find the thing to like get into, because I think I was like maybe just not like purposeless, but I didn't know really like what I would want to do, or I don't know. I think I just was like looking for something to really get into, and I just rediscovering all that stuff as a teenager was definitely a moment for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's valid. Yeah, that's a really good question. Honestly, music, I feel like, is something that I was meant to do in my life, because it's always been a part of who I am ever since I was like a little kid, getting exposed to like all like the nursery rhymes and all the baby videos and all that shit. I would like to call it classical music. Even though I didn't know it at that time, and even when I was listening to like all the 80s rock and hair metal stuff that my dad would put on the radio, even though I wasn't really truly into like all that stuff, I just felt like music in general, it's part of my essence in a sense. It's part of like my soul, and probably the main thing I want to do in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I'm open to expect other avenues, because you shouldn't limit yourself to just one box in life, and you shouldn't be stuck in past limitations. Common theme that's kind of in my life right now. I feel like you should be more open to any sort of situation that you find yourself in. But as for music per se, it's something that I feel like I can't live without, and that I need to have. So, and drums is just a part of. It's just an addition to that essence that is music in my life. So, along with playing guitar and piano, but it's just part of who I am. So, I feel like I was kind of meant to be a musician, whether I knew it or not, which I now do know, which I've known for years. But I mean, as a kid, I didn't think much of it. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for doing the interview.
Before we end, is there anything else that you definitely want to say, want us to ask, want included in the interview at all?
I have a question for you two, actually.
Yeah.
So we all saw the Beatles biopic cast announcement. Who would y'all have cast instead to play the Beatles instead of those 4 guys?
I gotta check who they cast. Hang on.
Oh my god, this is gonna like.
I am so out of the loop with the news. Hang on. Okay.
They're not like they're not people I'm super familiar with. I haven't really seen them in that. I know lots of people have, which says a lot about my taste in movies and television.
Okay, so
let's see who
are these
fellas
people?
are.
They seem to be a bunch of British and Irish chaps.
Yeah, these they really should be called chaps, shouldn't they?
yeah.
The lads. We were the lads.
Interesting.
But like,
Interesting.
I don't know. Let's try to come up with some like British people, like I don't know, like Daniel Radcliffe or something. I don't know.
But Daniel Radcliffe.
I don't know who's big. I don't really know who's like in right now in the acting world.
Yeah, you'd be like, okay, so like, probably like Daniel Radcliffe as John, Gwyneth Paltrow as Ringo. No, I have no idea.
Who's Ringo?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Only if she gets the like goop about every few minutes.
Yeah. Sometimes she's got that dazed look in her eye. Yeah. Who else do I know? Who else do I know?
I mean, wasn't there a Bob Dylan biopic where
with
Kate Blanchett played Bob Dylan?
Yeah.
So yeah, you could cast Kate Blanchett as one of these.
That's
as
true.
one of these people.
She
That's
would
a good
be
idea.
able to pull it off. Yeah. So I think maybe as Paul.
Yeah, there you go.
So like Daniel Radcliffe as John, Kate Blanchett as Paul. I want to take back Gwyneth Paltrow. I don't think she can pull it off.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way.
You know what? I think Gwyneth Paltrow's gonna play George and Ringo's gonna play himself.
You're right.
Yeah, what the hell are they doing
NFT
casting
artist.
people? They gotta get Ringo in the movie as himself.
Same as he normally is.
Ringo Starr as Ringo Starr.
Yeah, that
yeah.
would be awesome.
That's
You're
a
right.
good idea.
Okay, so I'm gonna steal those last two and just that's the lineup.
So you know, you should put in the zine. You should put like an edit of the Beatles, but with your cast's like faces over.
Yeah.
Beatles biopic.
That's our lineup. That's what we're putting on the marquee.
Just our suggested, yeah.
And there's a short film beforehand. It's Caveman 2.
Yeah.
Caveman is the dumbest movie ever made. If any of you ever have an interest in seeing it, it is so stupid.
Cool.
Yeah.
Caveman is the stupidest movie ever made.
Whenever I feel like I look this up.
Like Ringo, Bart. Ringo met his wife. Ringo met his wife making Caveman.
Oh no.
I mean, hey, they're still together.
Destined for success. They actually they just bonded through trauma.
I don't even know that it was a difficult movie to make. It's not.
It's not a difficult movie to make. It's a difficult movie to watch.
It's not that difficult to watch, though. It's just really dumb. It's like, wow, this is. You accept it for what it is, and then you just see what happens.
You embrace it. You embrace it.
Yeah. No, I think Ringo and Barbara Bach bonded over their love of getting really drunk. If what I've read is anything to go by.
Sounds.
They spent the whole 80s drunk as shit until they got in a huge fight. And when Ringo they blacked out. When Ringo woke up, he thought, "Oh my God, I've killed my wife." And then he was like, "Oh, thank goodness you're alive." All right, let's go to rehab and get our shit.
Wow.
That's exactly what happened. And then Ringo he started touring, he did the All-Star Band. He decided, you know what? I'm going to wear sunglasses for the rest of my life. Is that okay with everyone? Yeah, all right. I'm Mr. Sunglasses now.
Yeah. Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow could never. So.
Not possible.
You can goop, but can you peace and love?
Exactly. Alright, so yeah, I think that's it for the scheduled interview questions.
Yeah. Where can people find you guys online?
My music is on Bandcamp and all the assorted streaming services. I think I've found my own music on SoulSeek. I don't know if it's there right now, but I'm like, oh, hey, someone cared enough about my music to put it on SoulSeek. It's pretty funny.
Cool.
Awesome. Cool, well, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, I think
You're
that's everything. Thank you for talking to us.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.